Coming. Hey, everybody. Good day, good day, good day. Here we are on our Friday, April 3rd, Good Friday day. Sorry, I had a little technical difficulty there, but I appreciate you hanging in. I was just about to do a chair of joy for uplifted. So before I had a few technical issues, so let's go ahead and do that. My question for you today on this check-in on the JQ Live, hopefully you're ready for a great weekend or already off doing whatever it is that you're going to do on this weekend. But how can you let this lightness that you're feeling today, right, guide you to your next decision? So it's Friday, there's some places hopefully you have beautiful weather, relatively feelings of safety, presence, and joy. And how can you use this lightness to guide your next decision? So in work, in play, make a phone call, all the things. And then here's the chair of joy. Ready? Step up to the plate. It's baseball season. Bat steady in your hand. Sit down, take a deep breath in. Close your eyes if you want. Breathe in confidence. I'll let out any hesitation that you're bringing in today. One more deep breath in. Think about whatever hesitation that might be that's stopping you from feeling that lightness. And then hear your team cheering for you in the stadium. You made it to Friday. Momentum is building all around us. And just shake your arms out as you get ready to hit one out of the ballpark. Feeling and letting energy flow freely. So this fits so good in what today's conversation is about when it comes to bringing your whole being into the formula of the joy intelligence conversation. So specifically, I wanted to talk a little bit today about freedom. We had a conversation in our day 17 of our 30 days yesterday. And basically, we were thinking about the 4 stages of the JQ emotions map, the center one being expansion. And the whole thing of what we do is learning the process, not that anything is good or bad, or that being an inactive or reflection or awareness or reflection is any less than. It's just that when you spend more energy, more vibration, more time, in the emotions that help you get to what it is that you want, it starts to serve you in a way um, that maybe you haven't ever experienced ever before. And we're in the middle of that right here, right? Joy intelligence is new. So the formula is if you're in safety, presence, and joy more often during the day, those of course fluctuate, then there's an opportunity to increase your joy intelligence or be in the expansion mode. Therefore, that creates freedom. So let me just tell you what my version of what freedom is, that feeling that that you have accessible to you, right? Most people spend their whole lives chasing freedom. Like, where is that? And it's on the other side of a promotion or the next, great thing or trip or whatever that is. And so when we did this freedom exercise yesterday, mine at the end of the day, if I could just spend whatever time I had doing a lot more of one thing, what would it be? If you had all the time and space and energy to do what you want. For me, it was laughter. For Brian, it was, having a world stage and impact. And for Sonia, it was creating all day long. She's a massive, brilliant creator. So same conversation that we've been having. So when you bring that into purpose, like what is the thing that fuels that freedom? So if you could just stop for a moment and think about what would I do today if I had unlimited resources and I had all the opportunities to go and do and have and be do and have all the things, what would that be? What would your day look like today? Well, what is that energy around me? So if I'm spending time laughing, just having a blast with people, right? Wherever we are, it doesn't matter. The opportunity for me to be in my place of freedom goes up and up and up. So that's how I look at that. Um, and then how do you execute this formula of what we were talking about earlier into the world on a daily basis? So broken down, if your safety, presence, and joy is fluctuating all day long, up and down, sometimes I feel safer, sometimes I'm more present, which then allows me to have more access to my joy. if that's going up and down all day, your joy intelligence is being charged to access your clarity around those things. So if you stop, sit, breathe, think, and feel more often, it's likely that you can tap into that. So that's what we're asking you to do today, is just be aware. Like, are you spending time doing the thing that you absolutely would love to? Because at the end of the day, our energy is what's going to drive and do our create our fuel for our purpose, therefore execution. So today, when you're going through the day, I just want you to ask yourself, if you could take just 60 seconds more often during the day, or whatever it is, the thing that some people say, I don't want, what is a chair of joy? I don't get it. It's about as simple as it can get. Sit, breathe, think, feel. Sit in a chair of joy, take a deep breath, think about something that feels good for you, or a celebration or gratitude, and then let that be embodied in your body as you navigate emotion. So today, can you execute your joy intelligence quicker by taking the time, just 60 seconds more often, so that you can sense that you're being in your joy intelligence expansion circle more often. And again, when you take our classes and do all the things, with Joyely, you will start to learn and navigate through this. A really quick story. Yesterday, I had an amazing coaching experience, and we found this young lady just kind of sitting over off to the side, and in her words, she said, I literally was a deer in the headlights when I met you. And she was talking about going back to school, and she needed to get a passport and all kinds of things to move herself forward. And she literally could not make a decision. She was so stuck. And why? She is someone who, she's very intelligent, and she has a big history, a very solid background. She's made really good choices in her life. But for whatever reason, the emotion around going right or left or just staying in the middle, she just couldn't get through. So once she learned the process of joy intelligence, literally, she said yesterday, like I don't even know who I am in this moment compared to a month ago when I had no direction. So she's gone off and done 3 seminars. She's building a 4th one, of which we're helping her with using our methods. And she's speaking on the JQ stage. And it is, I can't wait for you all to meet her. So if you're available May 6th, please, in Las Vegas, make sure you're at that event. You will start to see how this is unfolding for people. And yeah, so the last one here is this, the proof of this moment. So in the simplest form, proof is, when it comes to freedom, is every time you're starting to sense yourself feeling, like you can take a deep breath after your chair of joy, right? Sit, breathe, think, feel, and you can just go, just stop and look around instead of running right or left or being stagnant even, that you can look within and take a moment to hear yourself, or to hear God, spirit, universe. What are they asking of you? What are you wanting to present or show up differently like? And then take a tiny step toward that. So that's it. Over the weekend, take a tiny step toward freedom, toward being in a place that you can do more of what you would do if you had unlimited resources. And I think this is kind of a oxymoron, if you will. I feel like freedom is a lot of how our mindset is. If we can look around, and do we really, like, I don't know what I would do a whole lot differently, than I've lived in all kinds of places, and apartments and small things and big things, and beautiful places and in alleys, and I've done all the things. So at the end of the day, it's how you can carry yourself through safety, presence, and joy. So I ask that you just pay attention to some of those things, that you're living the JQ edge, that you're standing up for yourself when it comes to taking time. If you can squeeze a little spa treatment in this weekend, or just take yourself outside or sit under the sunshine. The full moon was incredible this week. Do all those things for yourself. And I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to see you and talk to you, and get our whole worlds turning into more adventure. So see you soon. Have a great weekend, and Easter and all the things that you celebrate. See you soon. Ducking.